Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad to have you here again. If this is your first time, please be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of the stories and insights we share on this channel. We aim to bring you wisdom that resonates and helps you navigate life with more ease and clarity. Today's topic is one that resonates with many people, and I'm sure it will strike a chord with you. Have you ever wondered why we hold on to certain emotions or experiences, even when we know they are causing us pain? Why is it so hard to truly let go? Today, we are going to explore this question in depth. We will discuss the concept of attachment, and how our attachment to being serious about everything can become the root cause of our suffering. This perspective might be something you haven't fully considered before, but I promise you, it will give you a fresh lens through which to view your struggles and your ability to let go. So, let's dive right into it. Many of us, from the moment we wake up in the morning until the time we go to bed, are completely engulfed in seriousness. We have so many tasks to accomplish, deadlines to meet, relationships to maintain, and expectations to meet, both from others and ourselves. It's no wonder that we often feel like we are walking around with a heavy burden on our shoulders. But here's the thing, this seriousness isn't necessarily a reflection of how important or valuable something is. It's a reflection of our attachment to outcomes. We tend to take everything seriously, as if our identity is tied to our accomplishments, to the roles we play, and to the expectations that others place on us. When we become attached to the idea that everything must be done right or perfectly, we make ourselves rigid. We lose the flexibility and freedom to flow through life with ease. This rigid attachment to seriousness prevents us from fully experiencing life as it is, and can lead to stress, anxiety, and emotional exhaustion. Mastering the art of letting go, however, can bring about a significant transformation. The key to letting go lies in our ability to release the need to control every aspect of our lives. It's not about abandoning responsibility or giving up on our dreams and goals. Instead, it's about recognizing that our sense of self-worth should not be dependent on the outcomes of our efforts or the approval of others. True freedom comes from embracing the flow of life with openness and trust. But now, this might sound like an abstract concept, but I want to share with you a story that illustrates the power of letting go. There was once a wise old monk who lived in a peaceful temple. One day, a young disciple came to him, frustrated with his inability to perfect his practice. "Master, no matter how hard I try," he said, "I can't seem to achieve the peace I seek. I am always struggling to meet my own expectations, and I feel so weighed down by this need to do everything perfectly." The old monk smiled and asked, "Tell me, child, have you ever tried to hold a fistful of water in your hand?" The young disciple looked puzzled and said, "Master, that's impossible. The water slips through my fingers no matter how tightly I try to hold it." The monk nodded, "Exactly. Trying to control everything in your life in the same way you try to hold water in your hand is a form of attachment. You cannot force life to fit your expectations or grasp it in a rigid way. Instead, you must learn to flow with it. Let go of your need to control, and you will find that life will unfold in its own perfect way." The disciple was silent for a while, reflecting on the monk's words. And in that moment, something inside him shifted. He realized that his struggle to control his practice, to be serious about every detail, was what was causing him pain. When he relaxed his grip and allowed himself to flow with life, things started to fall into place with far less effort. This story exemplifies a profound truth. Letting go isn't about giving up, it's about releasing the attachment to outcomes, to expectations, and to the need to prove ourselves. It's about accepting life as it is, and trusting that we are enough, just as we are. The next step in letting go is realizing that much of our suffering comes from the stories we tell ourselves about what we should be, how we should act, or how others should behave. We create these stories based on societal expectations, personal insecurities, and past experiences. However, these stories often limit our growth and create unnecessary suffering. Take, for example, the expectations we place on ourselves. Many people live their lives constantly striving for perfection in every area: career, relationships, health, and even their own self-image. While striving for improvement is a natural part of life, when we become overly attached to achieving a certain ideal, we set ourselves up for disappointment. We become trapped in a cycle of trying to meet expectations that may not even be ours to begin with. We also become attached to the idea of failure, which prevents us from embracing the lessons that come from growth and change. To truly let go, we need to stop comparing ourselves to others or to some idealized version of who we think we should be. Instead, we need to honor our own journey, with all of its ups and downs. We are all human, and we all have imperfections. It's these imperfections that make us unique and allow us to experience life fully. Mastering the art of letting go requires us to release our attachment to this idea of perfection. We don't have to be perfect to be valuable or worthy. In fact, our imperfections are what make us relatable, and they are a source of wisdom and growth. Letting go means accepting ourselves as we are, embracing our flaws, and learning to flow with life rather than forcing it into a narrow mold. When we let go of this obsession with perfection and seriousness, we begin to experience more peace, joy, and freedom. Life becomes less of a struggle and more of a journey. We begin to appreciate the beauty of each moment, rather than constantly striving for something we think we need to achieve. The need for validation and approval diminishes, and we are free to be our authentic selves. So, how can you start letting go? The first step is awareness. Notice when you're holding on too tightly to expectations or outcomes. Observe the moments when you feel stressed or overwhelmed by the need to control. Recognize that these moments are opportunities to practice letting go. The next time you feel the urge to take things too seriously, pause, take a deep breath, and remind yourself that life is unfolding as it should. And finally, remember that letting go is a continuous practice. It's not something you can master overnight. But with each step, each moment of release, you'll find yourself growing lighter, freer, and more at peace with yourself and the world around you. As we wrap up today's reflection, I want to express my gratitude for your time and presence here today. I hope this exploration into the importance of letting go and releasing attachment has inspired you to reflect on your own life and how you can begin to embrace more peace and freedom by letting go of the need to control. Thank you for watching this video. If you found this reflection meaningful, I encourage you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. How does the idea of letting go help you in your own life? What steps are you taking to release attachments and embrace more freedom? If you enjoyed this content, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our future videos. Take care, and I look forward to sharing more wisdom and insights with you in our next video. Thank you again for watching, and may your path be filled with peace and liberation.